we welcome in Andrew Arons, founder, partner, Synergy Advisory Management Group. Thank you for being with us. It's interesting. I just finished speaking with the CEO of Fiverr, and earlier we were talking about housing, and overall people seem generally pretty optimistic about 2025. What say you?
Yes, I'm very optimistic about 2025. I think the markets are going to do quite well. I think that, we may even see a 15% S&P 500 return. I am a little optimistic about some of these AI stocks. I think are going to do pretty well. And I am, just happy right now with where we're at in the markets right now.
I mean, you even think it's possible. We saw the S&P 500, and I know you don't have a crystal ball, but when you saw 2 years, 20% plus each, I mean, you think what we could see for 2025, we might see double digits?
I do think so. I've been pretty bullish the whole time, and I know I've been going against the grain a little bit here, but I'm pretty bullish from what I see right now. It looks like we should have a pretty good year. I like what I'm seeing in earnings, and that's usually what kind of drives the market higher.
Yeah, I saw you have also maybe 7,000 by year end as the S&P is hitting records today. So what brought up? Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear.
No, I was on last month, and I was looking at a couple of stocks, and some of them have done pretty well so far this year. And what I try to do is I try to pick some stocks that aren't necessarily the most in favor, and look for them to move higher. And last time I was on, we were talking about Uber, and I know in the last month it's made a pretty nice move, and I continue to see that stock moving quite a bit higher.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you spoke of Uber. In 1 month is up over 20%. Some people might think, hey, I'm going to run and take some profits, but you still think there's some upside potential. The high last fall was $87. The recent high looks around 81 or so. Where do you think this could go?
I think that this Uber stock is going to hit all-time highs. I would say probably within the next 6 months we'll hit all-time highs. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 100 on this stock this year. So, I think they're moving in the right direction here. They are somewhat of an stock, and a lot of money starting to flow into Uber, and they're making some really nice partnerships. And I think that's going to propel the stock.
All right, up next, we had the Fed talking about household spending. And what do you think about Visa? How are we doing there? This name has also been on a move higher. In fact, hit a new high today, it looks like, or yesterday. 1 year up 26%.
Yeah, no, I know. Uber is, not Uber, Visa here is doing quite well. Their numbers just look, staggering. You see the profitability that just keeps rising. I mean, last year they had 233 billion transactions, up 10% from the year earlier. They focus most of their business here in the U.S., which I think is pretty good because we know things aren't so great overseas. So, I think that Visa should probably outperform MasterCard here, in my opinion. And I like what's happening. And, the company's buying back shares, and that's always a good thing.
Understood. How about Disney and AMD?
So, I've been waiting for Disney to make a move here. It's been a while. It's not really been happening. But I think Disney's going to surprise this year. I think we're finally going to see some movement in the stock. I mean, just 3 years ago, the stock was trading over $150 a share, and we're not, haven't even been close since. But I think we're going to make a move this year. Things are improving over there quite a bit, and I think we're going to see, them more profitable and the stock is trading too cheap, in my opinion, and that's one of the reasons why I think the stock is going to go higher, along with their streaming business that's continuing to do very, very well. So
Look, it's been really choppy, but as you said, you think that this could be their year. I mean, when you look at a 3-year chart, you could really know that shareholders have had a sense of frustration. Every time it would start to go up, it would pull back, and this had been a real darling, hitting a new record, new record, new record. You remember that. Let's get to AMD, last but not least.
Yeah, look, that was late to the game in AI. Their revenues, I think, should ramp up over the next several years. And, chip demand should surge also with regards to the AI. So, they have underperformed, but I do think that there's going to start to be some movement with that stock as well. And AMD, in my opinion, has some really good upside here. So I continue to think that we're going to start to see that all come about. Probably, next quarter, we'll start to see AMD stock really start to move up.
And look, it's so different chart than, let's say, something like Nvidia. Right? If you put these two side by side, Nvidia is like up to the moon pretty much, while AMD has been shooting downwards. It's been a tough 1 year. I mean, it's down 35%. So now you really think that it's even more fairly valued. I mean, right now it's at $115. Where do you think this could go?
Well, I always say 20% higher when I, come on the show. I like to look at stocks that I think could make a 20% move. And I think we're going to see AMD do that probably within the next 6 months, make a 20% move on to the upside here.
Yeah. What else matters to you here in 2025? Are you looking more towards tech? You think the Fed sort of we heard the minutes today, read the minutes today that they seem to be on a pause. Some of your final thoughts about 2025?
Well, I think 2025 is going to be a good year for tech, a good year for AI. I think we're going to start to see some major strides happening as we move closer. A lot more AI is going to be noticed by everybody with what's going on, and we're starting to see. I think during the NBA All-Star game, we started to see some robots. Appear. But I think you're going to start to see that. Uber's running some ads right now, right? About and things like that. So I think we're starting to see AI move into the common marketplace. And I think some of these companies are going to start to make some money off of it. And I think that, some of these stocks are still cheap. I think we're in the early innings, and I think these stocks are going to move quite a bit higher. We've been having a lot of chop here, but I think we'll see some volatility, and that's usually the case. But in my opinion, the trend looks higher.
All right. Andrew Arons, founder, partner, Synergy Advisory Management. Thank you. Always great to see you. And making some notes here for your 7,000 S&P call, too. Feeling bullish. Thank you.